Street Fighter V Winter Update. So they had a presentation on this yesterday, I believe, or
Yes.
the day before. I can't remember. But essentially, so for those that don't know, Street Fighter V has been out a while now. I think it's been out for around 6 years. Um, and the game was kind of
It had a
I wa-
rocky start.
it had a rocky start, but like the game was like an homage to older games where it was a more streamlined combat system that allowed for more mental games instead of execution. But it made the mental game so severe that if you just made one mistake, I mean, you could lose like half your health or something. Like
The
you could die.
punishment was dire.
The consequences are dire for guessing wrong in this game. So the and also when it was kind of like created, it was still being run by like some of the older generation of Capcom, Ono and stuff. And I'm not. I think they're legends, but now the game has been turned over to the newer generation at Capcom, and so they're doing things a little bit different. So now they're releasing Dan. Now he doesn't look like a joke character anymore. He looks like a solid character with like lots of mix-ups. And this fireball here can even beat Ryu's super fireball.
What?
Yeah, it has more hit points than Ryu's. His ultra does.
Okay.
So he can throw his ultra and this will go through it. So that's pretty crazy. He has full invincibility on his Shoryuken, and yeah, his projectile has more hits. So yeah, he doesn't seem like a joke character anymore. He seems like he might actually be viable, but we won't know until um, February 22nd. So, um, all right, Rose, she's making an appearance again. So she's a zoning character. Now, in the video, they showed that they're using motion capture for her animations.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's a new generation of, Capcom developers. So they're doing things more up to speed now, I guess. So she might look and feel different than some of the other characters, just because of the. I don't know if they did motion capture on the older characters. Um, so yeah, um, and she looks to be very similar to how she used to be. Not in 4, but before I think Alpha 3, where she's like a very strong footsie character. Um, and then yeah, she has her soul satellite. Okay, so there's a new level. This level I think looks pretty nice. And they're adding something called a V shift. Now, when I see things like this, I have to play it to kind of get like a grasp of what it actually is.
Yes.
But essentially, uh, um, a V shift is a new defensive mechanic. So if someone is coming up on you and they're like bullying you, you can now do a V shift and it'll give you full invincibility to attacks, throws, and projectiles for a short amount of time. So it's like a get out of jail free card, right?
Okay.
And it uses, where does it say? It says it uses, uh, if you use it openly with no attacks, you'll lose a full bar of V gauge. Um, and I think it uses a bar. Okay, yeah.
That makes
So it
sense.
uses a bar of V gauge. All right. So it's different from the reversal, where a reversal can only be used, I believe, when you're in like block stun. So in this case, if someone's mixing you up and you realize that you just got caught, you could probably do a V shift and counter it and get out. So this is like I believe this is the answer that Capcom has come up with to the complaints that the game is just it favors offense too much. You know what I mean? Like there's too much guessing, there's too much punishment for one bad guess when you're on defense. So this is going to kind of level the playing field some more. So
Okay.
yeah, I think we're going to see a whole new dynamic. The tier system's probably going to change. Certain characters that were bad might now become better. Certain characters that were really powerful might become more mid-level. So yeah, it could pretty much change the whole dynamic of the game. So it
Word.
can't be understated how important this move is.
How often have you been playing Street Fighter Five?
I mean, I play every patch, major patch.
Are there any games, and this is just a general question, are there any fighting games that you're currently enjoying?
Yeah, so actually, that is a good question because I'm playing a game called Mordau, and while it's not accepted by the FGC, they're not interested in it because it's like a medieval, like, knights type game.
Yes.
I do classify it as a fighting game because you're essentially just fighting each other with melee weapons,
But
and
is it one on one, or isn't it like PvP, like groups of PvP?
they have everything. They have one on one, they have 3 on 3, they have group battle, they have deathmatch.
Oh wow, okay.
So because of the fact that they have a dueling system and a ranking ladder, I do consider it a fighting game. And the only difference is, whereas like a 2D traditional or a 3D traditional, you're bound by the frame system of the game, right?
Yes.
Everybody's bound by the frame system of the game. Whereas Mordau, you're not. You can alter the speed, the acceleration. So you can accelerate attacks and you can decelerate attacks. And you can attack from almost any angle.
So it adds a layer of
It
strategy.
adds
Added layers of strategy, pardon.
yes, a massive layer of strategy, and it's much harder than a traditional fighting game
Cool.
because the mix-ups in that game are ridiculous. Like you could have just somebody come up to you and be like, like over and over again until you bite, and then they'll chop your head off. So it's like it's crazy. And then you could have someone come up to you and swing like this, and then go, and you'll block too soon, and then they'll chop your head off. So it's like the level of mind games in that game is it's
Ridiculous.
insane. Yeah. So I would like to see the FGC embrace it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's
Huh.
just it's too different from a traditional fighting game. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But I love it, and I feel like me playing that game has made me better in traditional fighting games because your reflexes needed in that game are crazy.
I thought you were gonna say it's made me a better person.
Oh no, it's made me a worse person for sure. All right. And then the last piece of news is they're adding a new character. Um, and the character is called 11, and it's a mimic character. So it's kind of like Mokujin in Tekken. Um, and there's a story behind it. 11, who is able to shapeshift into other life forms, was created by Gil's secret organization. So you pick 11, and then it morphs into a character.
How is this different than a random?
So yeah, it's essentially like a random, but um, you, there's there's different sounds. Um, Obviously, it looks a little bit different, and here they say another. Where does it say? You'll notice characters sound a bit different. The color scheme, but yeah, it's pretty much like a random.
That sounds kind of lame, actually. Um, if anything,
Yeah,
when you initially said it, I thought it was gonna be. Wasn't there a character? I think I want to say it was Third Strike, but I feel like I'm completely wrong. Wasn't there a character where you could play different styles, and the styles, like the character itself, had multiple styles? Was it Seth?
Yeah.
That's Street Fighter 4.
So Seth is like
An
a lot of
amalgamation
characters
of
in
different
one.
styles. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was expecting out of
Well,
11.
they already got Seth, so
I know, but I was just,
yeah.
I don't know. I was expecting a different way of doing it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like
There's Mokojin, but there's also who's the other one that's like Mokojin? It's not Kuma. Shoot. There's like two different like clone characters in Tekken, aren't there?
oh, yeah, you're talking about the one in the boss lady in Tekken 5, I believe.
Yes, sir.
The one she like she's got like a like gothic like type body and she's kind of ethereal. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about. Yeah. Um yeah, so
because
it's
there's
definitely
different ways of
not
treating it.
yeah. But here's what I would like the way I read the article was I thought that they were going to say like you have the moves of one character and then the special moves of another character.
Something.
But I guess they can't do that because of the way that the character's body works. The animations work, you know what I mean? They would have to rewrite animations for every single character for every they would have to make it work on the body of every single character, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
um
yeah.
so yeah, I guess it's just a random character that's a little bit more unique, you know?
You know who they should have brought back?
Who?
Q.
Oh, uh well they have G.
Oh yeah.
They have
Yeah.
G.
I just haven't played in forever and a day. I actually don't own Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
I kind of want to, but I mean, I loved Super Street Fighter 4.
They gave it away for free on the PS4. You didn't get it? Oh, okay. Yeah, they were giving it away for free, so
I
um
missed out.
it's all good.
It's one of those things where like like you'll there'll be free games and you're like, oh yeah, I'll get that, and then
You
you
never
forget.
do.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next month comes in and you're like, dang it.